Om Sadashiva-Samarambham Shankara-Acharya-Madhyamam Asmadacharya-Paryantam Vande Guru-Paramparam. Om Sahana-Vavatu Sahanau-Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। ओम श्री हयग्रीवाय नमः। ओम श्री वल्लभा समेत श्री महागणाधिपतये नमः। So we were in the topic Purvottara Mimamsayoho Bheda Bheda Vicharaha, whether the Purva Mimamsha Shastra and the Uttara Mimamsa Shastra are same or are they different? If they are different, in what way they are different? Okay. Now here the Vishishtadvaitins, starting from Ramanuja onwards, argue that they are both the same Shastra only. In fact, you have to study the Purva Mimamsa Shastra first, then only you have to study the Uttara Mimamsa. Like that, they have a certain argument, which Shankaracharya in fact does not accept that, and that's what Bellankonda Ramaraya Kavi also here is actually arguing against the view that Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa are the same Shastra, and the basis for the differences we are actually discussing here. In fact, one of the arguments they gave for Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa for it to be the same is Sarve Vedaha Yatpadam Amananti. Like this, there is a Shruti Vakya. And then Vedaischa Sarvair Ahameva Vedyaha, like that Bhagavan says in the 15th chapter of Gita. So based on all these things, here it is argued that they both are same because everything is only revealing Brahman. Now we are giving an alternate interpretation to this. Every word reveals only Brahman, or all the Vedic words are revealing Brahman, from the standpoint of that, in fact, every word, in the word meaning, the satta is pointed out by every word, correct? The existence. Every pramana, in fact, reveals only an existing vastu, sad vastu. The nama rupa can be different. Based on that, the words themselves are different. But all the words have to reveal the sadvastu, because sadvastu only is appearing as different nama rupa. So in the meaning of any word, the meaning of sadvastu is included. In fact, that's why we say that Brahman is not revealed by any one word. If you take the meaning only as the nama rupa, then Brahman will become limited, obviously, correct, by that vastu itself. But we say Brahman is revealed by all words. So it's contradictory, correct, one way. So we say that Brahman is not revealed by any one word, but Brahman is revealed by all the words. That is because when you look at the Sad Buddhi revealed by each and every word, correct, the cognition of existence which is produced by hearing a word is Brahman only. Understand that. The Sadbuddhi in each and every Pratibodham, we say, correct, in each and every cognition, the Sadbuddhi is the invariable. In fact, Satchit Buddhi we have to say, because any Vastu we know it as that consciousness is, correct, that Vastu consciousness is. So if I know a telephone, then it is telephone consciousness is. Then if I know a table, table consciousness is. If I know a plate, plate consciousness is. If I know a pot, pot consciousness is. In all this, the Nama Rupa keeps on changing. Consciousness is the invariable. That is the Sadbuddhi. It never goes away. It can never go away. In fact, because all Pramanas only reveal Sadvastu. Therefore, that Sad is always revealed in each and every cognition, whether that cognition is produced through sense organs or it is produced through a word, okay, whichever way it is. So we can say that's why Pratibodha Viditam Matam, the Shruti itself says. And there are other Vakyas also. In fact, we came here up to this point, correct? Up to here, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahmeti. The Shruti Vakya is there. Okay. So the Shruti also says all that is here is Brahman alone. So Sarvam Khalvidam Brahmeti Shrutehe Brahmanaha eva Sarvatmakatvena Sarvavachitvasya eva Brahmavachitva Rupatva Tathapi Yavad Vyavaharam Tattat Pramana Prameyadi Bhedasya Satvat Vedantaha eva Brahma Pratipadayanti. So the Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, also the Shruti Vakya is there. From that also, what do we understand? Brahman is the Atma of each and every Vastu. It is the self of all. Sarvatmakatvena, and by that again, Sarva Vachitvasya. Eva Brahma Vachitva Rupatva means all. The Vachitva means the ability to indicate a meaning, correct? If there is a Vak and Vak has a Vachitva means there is a Shakti in the word itself, correct? The Vak has a Shakti to reveal its meaning. That meaning, whatever may be the meaning, all the meanings basically point out, indicate Brahman only. So, Sarva Vachitvasya eva Brahma Vachitva Rupatva. So, all the words really reveal only Brahman in the way I explained already, because they all have to reveal the Sat. Whatever you reveal, it is Sat only. Therefore, so you can say Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, Sarve Vedaha Yat Padamamananti, Vedaishta Sarve Rahameva Vedya. All these things are fine. But then still the two Shastras are different, correct? So for that only Bellangonda now says Yavad Vyavaharam Tat Pramana Prameyadi Bhedasya Sattva. But in Vyavahara, what we, at least the Vyavahara itself is Ajnana only, understand that. The Jnana Drishti is different. For a Jnani, even in Vyavahara, everything is only Brahman. But the Ajnani, they see differently. So, Yanisha Sarva Bhutanam Tasyam Jagarti Sanyami Yasyam Jagrati Bhutani Sanisha Pashyato Munehe. Like this, Bhagavan says beautifully in the Gita, correct? Whatever is night for the Yanisha Sarva Bhutana, for all the normal living beings who are all Ajnanis, correct? Tasyam Jagarti Sanyami, the one who has understood the reality of everything, the Jnani, the Jnana Driti, in fact, burns down all the Nama Rupa, and there is only Sadvastu. In the cognition of the Sadvastu, all Nama Rupa is gone. Like even the mad elephant, which you think is real, and you are ready to run. But then it is pointed out that it is wooden elephant. Wood alone is real. Means mad elephant vanishes into the wood. There is no elephantness anymore. Once you cognize it as wood, all the different parts of the elephants are all gone. Correct? Otherwise, you think that elephant means there are so many other words you can bring in. Correct? In fact, my Guruji used to say, Namni, Namani. That is Vyavahara. More and more words you can keep on giving. Correct? You can reducing. Even modern science is nothing but that. Because you say that this is something, some vastu, correct? Let us say this is a mouse. Okay. But mouse itself is made up of some plastic. Okay. That plastic itself is some polyethylene and all that molecules are there. It's a polymer. Then what? Polymer is another word. Plastic is another word. I started with mouse. Then it became plastic. Plastic has become polymer. Polymer has become some specific, let us say, molecule, chemical molecule. Molecule becomes atoms. Atoms will become subatomic particles. Like this, you can namni, namani. You can keep on reducing. Namni Namani, Namni Namani. At some point, even they have to come back to Chaitanyam. Even the scientists talk about a quantum system which has to be collapsed by an observer. But they do not know the nature of that observer or how to even study that, because you cannot study this observer objectively. It is never an object of any cognition. That is the beauty. So they are stuck there, that they are trying to give different theories about who this observer is or whether an observer is required or not and all that. But the standard model actually talks about an observer. If you go and read science also. Anyway, we don't have to go there. But what I am saying is Namni, Namani. You can keep on reducing things into different words. Finally, you have to come and stop at Chaitanyam only. And after that, there is nothing, because Chaitanyam is Swaprakashaha, Swatasiddhaha. It is there as your very nature, correct? Anyway, so here, but still in Vyavahara, all these things are different. Each name has some Namarupa, it points to some Namarupa, and there is a Bheda, there is a Pramana, and the Pramana you use also varies. Because certain things you can cognize through your sense organs. But further, if you break it down, you may require a microscope. Okay, so now you say enhanced perception is required for seeing certain things. But beyond that, certain things are purely Anumita. Anumana only you have to use. So you propose a theory which has to be falsifiable. Correct? That is hypothesis. Then you make some predictions based on your hypothesis. And then you can have experimental design. You conduct experiments and prove that the predictions of your hypothesis are true. Therefore, your theory is now accepted as valid theory. No, the hypothesis has become a theory. And whatever starting boundary conditions and assumptions, which was the axioms which you started the hypothesis, are also indirectly proved, you can say, but they are still axioms. And therefore, there are Veda is there anyway, correct? The pramana with which you know a particular prameya, the object which is revealed by a means of knowledge keeps changing. The means of knowledge themselves change. So based on all these things, we have to say in the Vyavahara, there is a Bheda. Bheda is there. So Bhedasya Sattvat. Therefore, Vedantaha eva Brahma Pratipadayanti. So we have to say Brahman is clearly revealed only by the Vedanta, not the Karma Para Shastra. The Purva Mimamsa is dedicated to karma. It is Karma Mimamsa really, or Dharma Mimamsa we have to say. So you cannot say that that is Sakshat revealing Brahman. That's not possible. So the Veda has to be there. But we can still say that all words reveal Brahman. There is no problem in that for us. So we explain it away like this. Okay. So that he is explaining further. See, Vedas tu karmadini pratipadayanti. So as opposed to the Vedantaha, which reveal Brahman, the Purva Bhaga of the Veda is only revealing karma. Okay. Adipadat, we have to say karma and iti kartavyata and phala and who is the adhikari. All these things it is revealing, but everything centered around karma and karakas. The different karakas associated, the factors of action associated with the Vaidika ritual, all that is revealed. But and further what? Vyakaranantu Shabda Sadhutvam Pratipadayati iti ityadi vyavastha astheya. And Vyakarana is revealing Shabda Sadhutvam, means which Shabda, which Rupa, Shabda Rupa is proper, which is not proper, etc. Like this, Vyakarana also is revealing about the words only, but it is revealing the word forms themselves. But it is also another Shastra, correct? Just because all words are revealing only Brahman, then Vyakarana Shastra also you cannot equate with Uttara Mimamsa. That's why he is pointing to Vyakarana also, because Vyakarana is connected to words, but it is not. It is somewhat interested in meaning also, but the main Vyakarana Shastra, Paniniya Sutra, is about Shabda Sadhutvam more than Artha Sadhutvam, correct? So he is saying Shabda Sadhutvam Pratipadayati. So in that way also Vyakarana Shastra also is different from the Mimamsa Shastra. Purva Mimamsa Shastra also is different from Uttara Mimamsa Shastra, because basically it is all dependent on what is revealed by the Shastra, correct? The Pratipadya is the most important. So further he explains that Yatha Chakshu Rupam Pratipadayati Shrotram tu Shabdam Ityadi Tadvat Tasmad Vishaya Adhikari Prayojana Bhedasya Shastra Bheda Prayojakasya Satvat Purva Bhagat Vedasya Uttara Bhagaha Pritag Bhutaha Eva. So Yatha Chakshu Rupam Chakshu Rupam, it is Dirgha is there. In fact, I remember a little bit of Panini which I studied long back. In fact, I used to teach Panini some 20 years back. Now I have also forgotten. I have hardly studied. But this one, that one Rory, one Sutra is there, I think. Because of that only, this has become Chakshu, like that. The Dirghatvam has come in the Visarga Sandhi. So, Chakshu Rupam Pratipadayati. So, the Chakshu is revealing forms, colors, etc. And Shrotra is revealing the sounds, correct? Shabdam Ityadi, Tadvat. So, even though we can group them under sense organs, the eyes are revealing something different, the ears are revealing something different, correct? You cannot say both are same. Because of what they are revealing is different, we have to consider them as different means of knowledge only, correct? So, like that, Tadvat. So, finally, what he is saying? Therefore, Vishaya Adhikari Prayojana Bhedasya. So, there is a difference in what the Purva Mimamsa is revealing as Vishaya, the subject matter, and Uttara Mimamsa is revealing. Similarly, who is qualified to study this Shastra? There is a difference. For Purva Mimamsa, you have to do Veda Adhyanam. And for Uttara Mimamsa, you have to be a Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannaha. Then Prayojana also is different. Purva Mimamsa, maximum you can go to Swarga or Brahma Loka, as we say. Even that is Anitya. Bhagavan also says in the Gita, correct? Abrahma Bhonan Lokan Punaravartino Arjuna. So all these lokas are only Punaravarti, means what? You have to come back. Punaravartinaha. Therefore, everywhere, but we are now talking about Nitya Phalam for Uttara Mimamsa, which is Moksha Phala. So in all these things, there are Bheda, and they are the ones which determine the Vishaya Adhikari Prayojana. If they are different, means they then become the factor in concluding that these two Shastras are different. If two Shastras have differences in all these things, then we can say confidently, based on these factors, they are different Shastras. So they become Shastra Bheda Prayojaka. Prayojaka means that which is the factor, you can say, towards something, okay, towards establishing something. And so this is there here. So Shastra Bheda Prayojakasya Sattvat. This Shastra Bheda Prayojaka being there, what? Purva Bhagat Vedasya Purva Bhagat, from the Veda Purva Bhaga, Uttara Bhagaha Pritag Bhutaha eva. So the Uttara Bhaga is different, we can conclude. And also not only the Purva and Uttara Bhaga Shastra, but even their Vyakhyanas are also different. They have to be. So there is a Shankara-Bhashya, here we have Shankara-Bhashya. So tad Vyakhyaanayoho api Purvottara Mimamsayoho Shastrayoho Bhedaha Uchitaha eva. So even their commentaries are different. What they reveal is very different between Purva and Uttara Mimamsa. The commentaries also we have to consider them as different. Therefore, the Shastra Bheda is tenable, it is proper. They are not the same Shastra. Further what? अथयेव उत्तरभागस्य सिद्धब्रह्मप्रतिपादकस्य प्रामाण्यम् असहमानः सन् आह जैमिनिः. amna yasya kriyarthatvat anarthakyam atadarthanam iti sutram. So he says, therefore only, see, if they are both the same Shastra, why should Jaimini come and say that Vedas, amna yasya kriyarthatvat? The Vedas are only for revealing Kriya. This is the established position of the Purvamiyamsaka. That's why, in fact, Bhashyakara argues even in most of the let us say Sambandha Bhashya, we call it, correct? The introductory Bhashyas for any Upanishad, if you take, he takes the Purvamiyamsaka as the Purva Pakshi, and then he argues that you cannot say that only Kriya can be revealed by the Veda. It can reveal Siddha Vastu also, facts. It need not be always Sadhya, because Kriya means it is revealing something that has to be accomplished by you. Okay? But Siddha Vastu means it's a fact. Fact is already accomplished. And in fact, without revealing Siddha Vastu, Kriya, which is going to get you something, correct, which is not yet accomplished, also will be meaningless. So what are all the examples Bhashyakara gives? If you take the Brihadaranyaka Bhashya, there is a beautiful portion in the introduction only, where Bhashyakara says that first you have to reveal there is Swarga. If Swarga is not a fact, what is the point in doing all this karma to go to the Swarga? Now the Purva Mimamsaka's argument is, they say that Swarga need not be revealed by the Veda. We can arrive at it by Arthapatti. But that Arthapatti also cannot be Laukika Arthapatti. That's what they don't. But they say that Veda need not reveal Swarga because it asks you to do this karma. Therefore, Swarga has to be there or something like that they give, correct? They say that Arthapatya we can arrive at certain things. Similarly, since the Veda is asking you to do a karma to go to Swarga, there has to be a Deha Vyatirikta Atma. Like this, we can arrive at by Arthapatti, but Arthapatti cannot conclusively reveal all these things. Bhashyakara, that's why argues that even the there is a Deha Vyatirikta Atma, correct? There is a self which is independent of the body, mind, sense complex. That has to be revealed only by the Veda because there is no consensus on that. Purva Mimamsaka cannot say that Arthapatti can conclusively reveal that because the Buddhas say that there is no Atma. Okay, Nayayika's concept of an Atma is different. Charvaka says again only body, mind, sense complex is Atma. There is no Deha Vyatirikta Atma for Charvaka. The Jainas say that the Atma, I think the Nayayika said it is Anuparimana. Jainas say that it is Deha Parimana. Like this, there are so many views. There is no consensus on whether there is a Deha Vyatirikta Atma and what is the nature of that. But not only that, you also have to reveal there is a Dehantara Sambandhi Atma also. Otherwise, it is useless, correct? After this Deha goes, if this Atma cannot take up Deva Sharira and all that to be in Swarga and enjoy there, then also it's useless, the karma. That also only the Veda has to reveal. So these are all Siddha Vastu, correct? That Atma is Deha Vyatirikta. Atma can be a Dehantara Sambandhi Atma. And Swarga itself as a place to go. All these things first have to be established, the Siddha Vastu. Then only your Sadhya, the Kriya, the Vaidika karma which becomes a sadhana for you to achieve the Swarga as a Sadhya becomes meaningful. So all this Amna Yasya Kriyarthatvam and all is meaningless, he argues beautifully. But anyway, Jaimini says that because he is not able to accept, he says Asahamanaha, he is not able to tolerate that whatever the Uttara Bhaga is really revealing the Siddha Brahma. See, Uttara Bhagasya Siddha Brahma Pratipadakasya Asahamanaha. So he is not able to accept that Siddha Vastu can be revealed, and then Brahman being the Siddha Vastu is only being revealed by the Uttara Bhaga. They don't accept. So they just say that Veda is only for Kriya And whatever all this Brahman related to Brahman is there, that also has to be taken either as a Manasa Kriya, like Tattvamasi is Upadesha, but Aham Brahmasmi, you can take it as Ahangraha Upasana. So you have to take it as Upasana. So they convert it either into a Kriya or there certain other things, they just say it is all Arthavada. So this is the view of Jaimini. Jaimini is not able to accept that the Uttara Bhaga is revealing Brahman, which is Siddha Vastu. Therefore, he has explicitly stated this in Amna Yasya Kriyartatvat, Anarthakyam Atadarthanam. So anything other than that is all, they will have Anarthakyam means what? They are Anartha, means they are not desirable or they are useless, or you have to interpret it as Arthavada. Okay, and just connect it to some karma. Otherwise, it is useless. It cannot be taken as a pramana vakya. You have to reject it and all that. That is the view. Anyway, so from this also we know that Uttara Mimamsa is revealing something different. Purva Mimamsa is revealing something different because Jaimini has explicitly negated whatever is supposed to be revealed by the Uttara Mimamsa. Further what? Nacha Vyasa Sishyatvat Jaiminihi na Vedanta Pratikshepakaha iti Vachyam. Okay, another argument I think the Vishishtadvaitins give is, how can Vyasa and Jaimini write two different Shastras? Jaimini is Vyasa's Shishya. He is supposed to be the one who has the Samaveda Pravartaka, correct? Samaveda Sampradaya. So Jaimini is supposed, once the Vyasa divided the Vedas into four, Jaimini is the one who took over Samaveda and all that is there, correct? And he has written, he is Vyasa Shishya. How can the Shishya go against the Guru? Therefore, Vedanta, he couldn't have said anything against the Vedanta, and both Veda and Vedanta are revealing the same. This is the kind of argument they are coming to. So now what you cannot say that he is saying, Na Vachyam, why Jaiminihi Bhavatu Nama Vedantarthavalambi. So let us say that, okay, Jaimini, being Shishya of Vyasa, understood Vedanta, what the Vedanta is really revealing. That doesn't mean that when he is writing a sutra for a particular Shastra, he will write against that Shastra itself. Right? In fact, even many of our Acharyas, if you take, like, let us say, Bhamatikara, correct? He has not only written on Brahma Sutras and Vedanta, but he has written on different Shastras books. Vachaspati has written, and whenever they write on a particular Shastra, they write on the basis of that only. What is that Shastra's view of other Shastras? They may write even against Vedanta there. When they are writing a commentary on Tarka Shastra, let us say. Or you take Apaya Dikshita. He has written so many books. So, in fact, he has written a commentary on the Shankara-Ashankara-Bhashya, which is like Shaiva Vishishtadvaita only, correct? It is Shaiva Siddhanta based. There is a Shankara-Bhashyam is there for the Brahma Sutra also. And Apaya Dikshita has written a commentary on that. But somewhere else he says that because he wanted, all these Vaishnavas were fighting at that time against the Shaivas. And they were saying many unsavory things about the Shaiva Puranas and Shaivas in general. He wanted to establish the validity of the Shaiva Puranas and the Shaiva Mata itself. So as a Shaiva, he wrote a lot of things. But later on, somewhere else he says, but anyway, I only follow Shankara Bhagavad Pada. So like that, Jaimini may have understood the Vedanta, fine. But further what? Taduktam Shastram tu Vedantartha Pratikshepakamewa. But whatever Shastra he has written, correct? He has written Sutra on Purva Mimamsa, and Purva Mimamsa Shastra itself is against the Vedanta only. Vedantartha Pratikshepakamewa. So whatever it is revealing is not in keeping with the Vedanta, because there in the Purva Mimamsa, karma is the Pratipadya, dharma is the Pratipadya, and by its very nature, karma, dharma are all addressed to Ajnanis. and therefore you have to go along with them. Even Bhagavan also says in the Gita, correct? Nahi buddhi bedam janayet ajnanam karma sangina joshayet sarva karmani vidwan yukta samacharan. Like this, Bhagavan says. That he even says that I don't have to do anything really, but still I keep doing. In the third chapter, it's very interesting. Because he said before, he says, Yadyad acharati shreshtaha tattadeva itaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadanu vartate and all that. So whatever is done by the Shrestha Purushas, that only others follow. So whatever they take as pramana, the others also take that as pramana. Those are the people nowadays we call influencers and all that, right? But the influencers should be Shishta Purushaha, not some cinema actor and all that, but that's what is going on today. Anyway, that's another topic. Anyway, so here the Vedanta Shastra is revealing something, the Veda Purva Bhaga is revealing something, and therefore Jaimini goes along with that, whatever is that Shastra. And so whatever the Shastra, the Purva Mimamsa Shastra he has written also is against the Vedanta Artha only. And Vedokteshu Karmasu Lokasya Shraddha Atishaya Jananartham Jaiminina Tatha Shastrasya Kritatvat Nahi Vedantartham Shrutawan Kopi Medhavi Karmasu Pravartate Tasmad Vedanteshu Sukshmartha Pratipadakeshu Purushasya Matihi Adaveva na Pravartate iti Alochya Karmasu Pravartana Dwara Tasya Chitta Shuddhim Janayitum Karma Shastram Vihidamiti na Tayor Eka Shastratvam. Okay, so now he is explaining in detail. So Jaimini may have understood Vedanta, but the Pura Veda Purva Bhaga is anyway against the whatever is revealed in the Vedanta because it is actually addressed to the Ajnani. So that is said here. Vedokteshu karmasu lokasya. So in the loka, whatever Laukika people who are there, for them what? First they have to have Shraddha in the Veda as a pramana. Okay, if they do not have Shraddha in the Veda Pramanyam itself, Vedanta also nobody will come to them. So Shraddha Atishaya Jananartham means we have to create Shraddha in the Veda first. For that you start with the Vedika Karma because they are all Ajnanis. Directly you cannot teach anybody. Vedanta cannot be preached, in fact. Understand that. Vedanta is not just a belief system or anything to be preaching on traffic signals and all that. Sometimes we see people do that, correct? They have some book in their hand. They are trying to give it to you. All that. So Vedanta cannot be preached. It can only be taught. That too only if you ask for it. Unless you enroll for a class and come and sit, I cannot teach you, correct? I will not catch hold of your collar and say, now listen to Vedanta. I cannot do it to my own family members. Even though I know the Shastra, I cannot teach unless they ask for it, you cannot give. That's why even if you take the Gita also, Bhagavan and Arjuna were going all over the place in the Mahabharata. They were together. They were on different escapades. They had a lot of conversation, but Krishna never taught him the Moksha Shastra, Bhagavad Gita. Only when Arjuna explicitly said, in fact, but Arjuna had some confidence, correct? Because he still thought that I am qualified to receive this Shastra and I am your Shishya. He says, Shishyasteham Shadimam Tvam Prapannam. So I have surrendered to you. I am your Shishya. Now you teach me. Shadhi. Shadhi here is teach me, correct? It is the load form, I think, of Shish. Shadimam, he says, may you teach me. Then only Krishna teaches. Otherwise, even before that, he was only giving him some advice and all that. Correct? Anarya Jushtam, Aswargyam, Akirtikaram and all that. He was only chiding Arjuna. He was not teaching anything. Once he said Shishyasteham, then the teaching starts. Ashocyanan Vashochastvam Prajnavadamscha Bhashase. Like that it starts. Correct? So, what we are saying is, the Vedanta Artha is Sukshma, it is subtle, and it can only be taught for the asking, or it can only be given for the asking, correct? Only if you ask, as a Shishya also with the right attitude, then only I can teach you. Okay. So the Vedanta Artha itself is Sukshma Artha, and to reveal that, the Purusha has to have some maturity and also be interested in moksha. Otherwise, also I am not interested in teaching. I am not interested in teaching somebody so that you can get some PhD and become a professor and all that. And later on you can make a U-turn also. There is a U-turn theory and all that. Many Westerners learn like that, or even Indians also. Academic study of the Shastra also is, I am not interested to teach anybody like that. Some others will teach. You can go to still, even in a university again, unless you enroll and go and sit in the class, no professor is going to take you class, correct? So like that, what we are saying is, this knowledge has certain prerequisites. And to gain that prerequisite, first you have to do karma, Vaidika karma, and have Shraddha in the Veda. That is what Jaimini is promoting here. So thinking about that, he says, Purushasya matihi adav eva na pravartate. Since this Vedanta Artha is Sukshma, a normal human being cannot directly understand that. His mind will, even if I teach Vedanta also, it will go away. That's why it is the best secret. Why? Because Shrutva Veda Nachaiva Kaschit, Bhagavan says, Ascharyavat Pashyati Kaschinenam, Ascharyavat Vadati Tataiva Chanyaha, and all that. It is a Ascharya that somebody is even able to teach this. Because Yato Vacho Nivartante Aprapya Manasa Saha. That is the Vastu we are teaching you. We are teaching you about that which cannot be objectified by your mind, which cannot be objectified by any word, but still I have to teach you using word only, correct? That is the Ascharya. And once I teach you, then you also get it. Means that is another Ascharya. Ascharyavat Pashyati. But even after teaching also, most people don't get, 99% do not understand. That is also the reality. That's why it is Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam, you can say. It is the ultimate secret. Because even if I teach, you won't understand unless you are prepared for it. So for such people, we should not create confusion in them. So thinking all these things, karmasu pravartana dwara tasya chitta shuddhim janayitum karma shastram vihitam iti. So thinking all these things or analyzing all these things, Jaimini, that they have to first enter into the karma only. They have to do karma. Then they have to analyze that the karma phala is limited and I am not really interested in all these things. And then they have to still do karma as a mumukshu, yoga buddhya. With the yoga buddhi, they have to still do karma and gain chitta shuddhi. Only after chitta shuddhi is there, then they become qualified for this Vedanta Shastra. Therefore, let me promote the Dharma Jijnasa first and generate Shraddha in the Veda so that people will do the Vaidika karma. This is the Nitya Naimittika karma, everybody have to do. Once you become a mumukshu, you can give up kamya karma, correct? So, keeping all these things, he has written like this. Therefore, they are not Eka Shastra, na tayoho Eka Shastratvam. Therefore, Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa cannot be considered as Eka Shastra. Okay, Yadapi evam Karma Shastram api Paramparaya Brahma Shastra Upayogi Tathapi na Sakshaditi Kritva Atha Shabdasya Karma Shastra Adhyena Anantaryartam iti na Uktam Shankaracharyahi. So another point you can say is, okay, Karma Shastra is still helping you to gain Chitta Shuddhi, and Paramparaya, once you have Chitta Shuddhi, you become eligible for Jnanam and then you gain Jnanam. Therefore, why can't you say that this Purva Mimamsa also helps you to get moksha, therefore they are Eka Shastra, means we do not accept that. We accept Paramparaya Karma Shastra helps you. It is a useful thing, correct? It is Brahma Shastra Upayogi, he says here. It helps you in understanding the Brahma Shastra, but still it is not Shakshat Karanam. It's not a direct. No, Sakshaditi. What is the Sakshat sadhana for Jnanam means Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam only is the sadhana. That is the Sakshat. Karanam. Atmavare drashtavyaha, shrotavyaha, mantavyaha, nididhyasitavyaha. Is said very clearly. That is the Sakshat Karanam. Therefore, even the Atha Shabda, Atha is there, correct? Athato Brahma Jijnasa. In that, the Atha Shabda Vichara is done by Shankaracharya. There, in fact, he explicitly negates the meaning that Karma Shastra Adhyayana Anantaryam. That's how, in fact, Ramanuja and all gives the meaning for the Atha Shabda. That Shankaracharya doesn't accept. He says Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti Anantaram, like that. Not Karma Shastra Adhyayana Anantaram. Therefore, Shankaracharya, even though we accept the Paramparaya, it is useful, but it is not Sakshat Karanam, therefore we don't accept they are Eka Shastra and all that. Okay, then what? Kintu Brahma Vicharam Prati Sakshat Sadhana Bhuta Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti Anantaryameva Artha Iti Uttam. So, in fact, instead of saying Karma Shastra Adhyayana Anantaryam, Shankaracharya says Sakshat Sadhana Bhuta, whatever is directly the means for having the desire of to know Brahman. What makes you a Jignasu? First you have to be a Mumukshu, and you should have certain Viveka and Vairagya and a certain disposition of your mind, correct? Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti. Only if you have all these things, they become the direct sadhana for you to become a Mumukshu and a Jignasu. Once you are a Jignasu, then you are ready to do this analysis to understand that your very own nature as Brahman. Therefore, that is the Sakshat Sadhana Bhuta, and that is what that Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti only is the Sadhana Bhuta for you to become a for you to become a Jignasu. Therefore, Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti Anantaryam Eva, like that, Bhashyakara has said, the Brahma Vichara has to be undertaken only after you have Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti. Okay, now he goes to the Shuta Prakashika, which is written by Sudarshana Suri, which is a commentary on Ramanuja's Bhashya. Yeduktam Shuta Prakashikayam Purvatra Mimamsayoho Nasti Artha Virodha iti tad ayuktam Satvad Artha Virodhasya. So the Shuta Prakashika, in that Sudarshana Suri is saying Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa do not have any difference in what they are revealing. There is no Artha Virodha. What they are revealing is the same, like this he has said, but that is ayukta, that is not tenable, because there is definitely an artha virodha. That's what we explained all this time, correct? So tatahi, that's why what karma eva phalapradam swargam eva parama purushartaha mokshaha nasti ishvaraha nasti dharma eva jagatah pratishtha kriya para eva vedas sarvaha ityadi Pratipadyate Purva Mimamsayam. So what do the Purva Mimamsakas say? In fact, they are Nirishwaravadi. Even though they are Astikas and Vaidika, they don't accept an Ishvara. And karma itself gives the phala, they say. Ishvara is not karma phala data for them. Karma itself has the Shakti, the Apurva has the Shakti to give you the phala later on also. Because the thing about Vaidika karma is, at least Laukika karma, you immediately get result. In Vaidika karma, that is also not possible, correct? You are doing the karma now, taking all the effort, sitting in front of the fire and crying and sweating and all that, lot of effort physically also. And you have to spend lot of money with them also. You are putting so many things into the fire. And then the result is not immediate. It has to come later. But that capability to give that result is there in karma itself, they say. And Swarga alone is the Parama Purushartha. There is no other moksha other than that. There is no Ishvara or anything. All the Devatas they accept, but Devatas are all already there as it is. They have something like a steady state theory where the Devatas and the world need not be created. See, many darshanas are there. Even Jainas, I think, say that world does not require a creator because it was always like this. Only if you prove that world is a creation, you can talk about a creator. But first to prove the world is a creation, that itself cannot be proved. Therefore, They have their own some theories. And then dharma eva jagatah pratishtha, the dharma itself, dharayati iti dharma, even they accept that. So dharma is the one which supports this entire srishti, and all the Vedas have to reveal only kriya, correct? Kriya paraha eva Vedas sarva ityadi pratipadyate. So Purva Mimamsa is saying all these things which are all against what Uttara Mimamsa is saying. What do we say? Ishvara eva phalapradaha karma sapekshaha. In fact, this Vishishtadvaitin also has to accept this. In the Gita, it is so clear. Correct? That's why Bhagavan says, Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Because Bhagavan is the karma phaladata for us. You have only adhikara to karma. You are qualified to do karma. But don't think that you are the author of the results of action. You don't have any qualification or freedom towards that. You are free to do, not do something differently and all that. So with reference to karma, you have adhikaritvam, you have choice. But with reference to the phala is based on so many factors, and it is only Ishvara who is the karma phaladata. Therefore, depending on the karma, Ishvara only is the phalapradaha, and moksha is the parama purushartha for us, which is actually a siddha vishaya. And swarga and all cannot be compared to moksha because kshaishnutva, because it will go away. It doesn't last always. And satishayatvacha, also it can be bettered. Even different swarga, even if you go to swarga also, there is a Devendra sitting there. There is always something which is better. Taratamya is there, correct? That's what we also see in the Ananda Mimamsa is there in Taittiriya Upanishad. So there is a gradation in pleasure and all that. So it is always Shatishayam, means something which can be bettered. It is not Niratishaya Sukha. It is not Ananta Phala. So it is Tuchha Sukham eva, in fact. For the Viveki, it is all Tuchha. It doesn't matter really. Shrotriyasya cha kamahatasya. So, akamahataha. Shrotriyasya cha kamahatasya. So, for the Shrotriya and who is akamahataha, who is not affected by kama, okay. Normal people are all kamahataha because they are as though killed by the kama itself, are affected by kama, desires. They have ragadvesha. But the jnani, the Shrotriya, is not, he is the master of his own ragadvesha, jitendriyaha. Therefore, for them, it doesn't matter. In fact, all this sukha are only tucham. Only the Brahmananda eva is really the Ananda, which is anyway yourself. It's not separate from you. You are the source of all Ananda. Then what about all this? These are all only matram upajivanti, like that. In Brihadaranyaka also it says. So these are all tucham that way. And Ishvara eva jagatah pratishtha. Dharma cannot be independent of Ishvara. In fact, we say that dharma also is a manifestation of Ishvara only for us. Therefore, Ishvara only is jagatah pratishtha finally. And Vedasya Purva Bhaga eva Kriya Paraha. The Purva Bhaga only is Kriya Para, means it reveals Kriya. It is dedicated to Kriya, doing karma. Uttara Bhagastu Parabrahma Paraeva Ityadi Pratipadyate Uttara Mimamsayamiti Katham Ubhayoho Artha Virodha Abhavaha. So all these differences are there. The Uttara Bhaga is only revealing Brahman, Purva Bhaga is revealing Kriya. Therefore, in this manner, what? All these different things are being revealed by Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa. Therefore, you cannot say they reveal the same thing. That is actually not correct. So, yetena artha ekatvat ekam vakyam iti nyayasya na atra asti pravrittihi iti siddham. So, normally, how do you say that ekavakyata and all we talk about, correct? Even within the Purva Mimamsa, there is an idea that one prakarana should have ekavakyata, means all the statements even some stories and all, you have to link it with the main karma. So there is a Ekavakyata, we say. Means they all reveal the same thing. But for that, correct, for the Ekavakyata to be there, what is the Nyaya or what is the principle? Here the Nyaya means we have to take it as principle. What is the principle involved in here? Is that Artha Ekatvad Ekavakyam. Ekavakyata can be there only if that entire section is revealing the same vastu, same thing, same artha. But here it is not like that. Between Purva and Uttara Bhaga, therefore there is no Artha Ekatvam and also there is no Ekavakyata. Therefore they are different Shastra based on this principle. Na atra asti pravrittihi. So this Ekavakyata cannot be there. Okay, यदि तु कर्मणां चित्तशुद्धि जनन द्वारा ज्ञान प्राप्ति हेतुत्वात् कर्म प्रतिपादकमपि मीमांसा शास्त्रं ब्रह्मज्ञान हेतुः एव इति पूर्वोत्तर मीमांसयोः उभयोः अपि ब्रह्मज्ञान हेतुत्वेन एकशास्त्रीयम् उच्यते तर्हि तर्कादि शास्त्राणि अपि आकाशादि पदार्थ अवगति द्वारा आत्मज्ञान उपयोगिनी एव इति तेषामपि उत्तरमीमांसायाः भवेत् ऐकशास्त्रीयम्. So now the other argument is taking that since the Purva Mimamsa is Brahma Mimamsa Upayogi, correct, by making you mature and all that, correct, Chitta Shuddhi Dwarena. So the karma gives you Chitta Shuddhi, then it makes you qualified for Uttara Mimamsa and Brahma Jignasa. Therefore, it also has Jnana Prapti Hetutvam. It is also a Paramparaya, it is a cause for gaining Jnanam. Therefore, they are same, correct? Purvatra Mimamsayoho Ubayoho api Brahmajnana Hetutvena, because they both are giving you Brahmajnanam only. Therefore, they are one Shastram like this. If you say, then you have to include all other Shastras also which help you, correct? Because some Shastra, in fact, Nyaya and Vyakarana are supposed to be studied by everybody, because they only help you in arriving at the meaning, correct? The Shabda Sadhutvam is given by the by Vyakarana. In fact, you have to include Niruktam and all that, because for meaning you require the Nirukta, and then Nyaya Shastra is required to cogently understand, correct, by applying reasoning. So all these things also are helping you in gaining this Brahmajnanam. Therefore, they also can be taken as Aikashastriyam will come for them also with the Uttara Mimamsa according to your logic. That we cannot say, correct? So that's what he is pointing out here. Tarka Shastrantrani api Akashadi Padartha Avagati Dwara. So they are revealing to you all these Padarthas, Akashadi. They give all these definitions. In fact, the Nyaya people only give us all the terminology. They give us all the jargon. Although we don't accept their conclusions, we do take all the tools and the jargon from the Nayayikas. In fact, in traditional circles, if you don't study Nyaya and directly study Vedanta, they call it Anyaya Vedanta. They don't accept it. Although my Guruji did not teach us Nyaya Shastra formally, but we did learn a little bit like Tarka Sangraha and all that, okay, and their terminology. But we don't have to study the entire Nyaya Shastra and all that, because their foundation itself is wrong. They are then just building only castles in air. So he used to say that if you have undergone modern education and you have certain analytical skills, that is good enough. With a little bit introduction to Nyaya, then you can study Vedanta. That is good enough for us. Anyway, so here all these other Shastra, even Sankhya also we use lot of terminology, correct? We do take the Triguna theory from the Sankhya, and it is used extensively in the Gita. And Yoga also, all the Yoga sadhana we accept, the Ashtanga Yoga. So they are all useful, but they do not have Eka Shastra, Aika Shastriyam, we have to say, with the Uttara Mimamsa. So Jaiminivat Kanada Gautamadayopi hi na Vedanta Viruddha Abhiprayaha Yeduktam. Okay, so Jaiminivat Kanada Gautamadeyaha api hi na Vedanta Viruddha Abhiprayaha. So according to you, then what? Like Jaimini also, all others also do not have any views which are opposed to Vedanta, like that you have to say, because they all become useful. And Aika Shastriyam, if it is there, then all of them have no difference. You cannot even count it as different darshana then, correct? You have to say that they do not have any Viruddha Abhipraya with reference to Uttara Mimamsa. That also is not correct. Because the Vishishtadvaitin himself does not accept everything which the Nayayika or the Sankhya people say, correct? They are fighting. In fact, all the Dvaitins are fighting amongst themselves. And Gaudapada says, so Parasparam Virudhyante, Tair Ayam na Virudhyate. But this Atma Swarupa does not have any opposition to anything, because it reveals everything in fact. It is like the sun, which even reveals the cloud which is covering itself, correct? So it is not opposed to anything. That is the beauty here. So anyway, so here we cannot say that all these other people are not having any opposition to the Vedanta Shastra, but according to your logic, it will become like that. So that is not proper. And further what? Yeduktam Adhyaya Bhedavashat Purvottara Mimamsayoho Bhedaha iti Ramanujena Tadayuktam Tarkadi Shastrantaranamapi Tathaiva Bheda iti Atiprasangapatte. Also, there can be a question, if you are saying they are one, why should there be Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa? Means Purva Mimamsa has 12 adhyayas, Uttara Mimamsa has only 4 adhyayas. Like this, because the adhyayas are, their number count in the adhyaya is different, they are different, but otherwise they are one. If you give an argument like that, again he points out that the same argument you can give for Tarka and Sankhya and Yoga and all that. Okay. So Ati Prasanga will be there. Even that argument is not correct. So this Adhyaya, they are same, but because of the differences in Adhyaya, one, we have to consider them as one and all. If you say that is, or you are studying it as different Shastras, that argument is not correct. Okay, we'll stop here. Rest of the things we'll see hopefully next week. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Rubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.